welcome to this Group G stage game, and one that has massive bearings here in the Pathum Thani Stadium between United City and Pathum United. It's all set fair, top versus bottom. Can't really ask anything more than that. And as Group G unfurls itself in its size, Melbourne City took a point earlier on to go to the top of the table, but a win today for Pathum United certainly puts themselves in a massive position. United City, well, it's pride to play for. 30 degrees, the wind has picked up a touch from earlier on in the day, and it's cooled down a touch as well from 33 to 35 degrees earlier on. The Pathum Thani Stadium, it's pretty humid. Could it be hot and sticky for Pathum United, top of the table, against a side that have been urged by their manager, Jason Witt, to see games out? It took a little bit of a slacking in their last game. They lost by 5 goals to 0 to this very opposition, and it all collapsed in and around the last few moments of the game for United City. So they will want to show themselves to be a little bit better than that last result showed. Changes of foot for both sides, but more importantly, who is going to take the hand and say, I'm going to drive forward and put Group G somewhat in our laps? A victory today would see Pathum move on to 10 points, 2 points clear of Melbourne. The only fight really then would be between Jeonnam, Melbourne and Pathum for those top 2 positions. United City, with just 3 games left, they can only muster 9 points with a victory today. They have Jeonnam away next, followed by Melbourne at home, more effectively as the home side in the final game of the group on the 30th of April. Beauty of this game isn't just displayed in the game of 22 men and the referees competing and playing it on an even keel. The beauty of this game is the complexities of the situation that evolve as they go through the 90 minutes. It has been quite a day. Again, back-to-back games being played here at the Pathum Thani Stadium. Earlier on today, we saw Melbourne take the lead on 88 minutes in a very, very cagey affair against Jeonnam. And then 2 minutes into time added on, Jeonnam received a lovely mistake from the Australian keeper, Glover, and they tucked it into an empty net to level things up, to keep things all very interested in Group G. But that's done, that's dusted, that cannot be changed. United City versus Pathum will be taken to the field now, knowing that their fate is in the next 90 minutes. All that matters are the moments in front of them. In a little bit of a tough slot, but Pathum drew their first game 1-1 against Melbourne before beating Jeonnam 2-0 and a 5-0 win against United City recently. Whereas United City, they are having a little bit of a torrid time. Haven't scored a goal yet in the group. They lost 1-0 to Jeonnam, 3-0 to Melbourne and 5-0 to Pathum. And if you are one for looking at trends, 1-3-5, let's hope it's not 7 today for Jason Witt's men. 2 sides come out. All black for United City and all white for Pathum. From the corner, one side from the Philippines and one from Thailand. And always good to glance at an eye in the Asian groups to see exactly how the football is going. And we have to say we've been suitably impressed with the standard, the technique, the endeavour in the industry. And the world's getting smaller. Not sure it'll be too long before the World Club Championships will emanate from the European Championships that we see in the terms of the Champions League. Flights now mean that people can get to different places very, very quickly in these post-COVID era. The way these games have been formatted, very good. Everybody going through the respect with the dignitaries for today's game. And our first glimpse at United City. Familiar lineup really for them. They're going to be playing 4-3-2, or 4-4-2 I would say. Pintus in goal. But it's to Mike Ott and Mark Hartman that really everybody's going to be looking to today. Hartman plays very much as a second striker. Sendra will play up as well. Could almost be a 4-3-3, but Daniels and Minagishi are both attacking midfielders as well. Jason With knows a victory is a must, and maybe has thrown a little bit of caution to the wind here. Your officials today: our referee Zayed Tama Mohammed from Iraq, and he is assisted by the man Nasser Salim Ambusaidi from Oman, and Kujrabi Siddiqzot from Tajikistan. The fourth official is Sadulu Gumurodi from Tajikistan as well. As they go through the officials' moments, Victor Cardozo, just enjoying those final moments. And now for the photographs. Both players immaculate at the moment, no hair out of place. I'm sure over the next few moments there's going to be some perspiration shed. For Pathum United and their head coach Makoto Degaramori, well, his side looks very much as it has done throughout the campaign. Relies again on the front three of Surachat, Iksan and Diogo. And they have been pretty much unbreachable. United City have certainly to score their first goal in the group, and they've certainly got to find something to end this torrid run of theirs. 9 goals conceded and just none scored. Jason With knows he's in the Champions League. He knows he's up against top teams, and will have learned a lot from his sojourn through Group G so far. Marvellous setting earlier on today. A lovely, lovely sunset. And there it is, my God. Those of you that know me, I do like my hairstyles. Perhaps, not a lover of Anthony Pintus's hair. Anthony, because I have very little of my own to be able to do exactly the same. Well, is there going to be just a wee bit of complacency in Pathum, or are they going to carry off in the same vein they did in the last game? So they won by 5 goals to 0 to try and set the tone early. United City from the Philippines. Big moments for them. Concentration in the zone. Job at hand, awaiting them all.
Ladies and gentlemen, the moment we've been waiting for.
Many a true word spoken.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And off we go. United City in the all black against Pathum United. Who's going to set the tone? Lingbo with the header. It's off relatively easy. Nakin on the far side. Sarach just puts it over the top. Chase on for Robertson. Strong challenge by Robertson. Working hard there against Surachat. That looks to be a competition in the making already. It's going to be left to Anthony Pintus to take it. Jason With, son of the former Aston Villa striker, Nottingham Forest striker Peter With. For those of you that are old enough, scorer of the winning goal in the European Cup final as well for Aston Villa, which is formerly known as the Champions League in Europe. There we go. Apisit turns it inside to Tunes and then to Victor Cardozo. Nakin. Pathum, who know that they have a reasonable chance in a game against a side they beat by 5-0. Tunes will turn it all the way back there to Kitty Pong. First goal could be crucial here. Near side Diogo. Drags it inside of his man. Pong. A little bit of keep ball at the moment for Pathum United. Cardoso. Striking the ball around quite nicely. United City up against Champions League. Diogo with a chance to get in behind. Rolls it into the box, a real chance for number one here. Can they finish it? But they can't. Massive chance inside 3 minutes. And Surajat a little bit disappointed with himself. Makoto Degaramori sees his side with a real opportunity early on in the game. Warning signs early on here for United City. A little too easy for them to be dragged around now. Pintus knocks it long. Victor there with a push on the back. No, nothing doing. Hartman. Kitty Pong just allows it to go to Andre Tunes. Robertson with a strong header. Opportunity inside here. Kitty Pong's going to have to deal with this. He does so. Would be interesting to have been a fly in the wall over the coming days, or the recent days, for Jason With. As he said earlier on, as the ball goes over the top, so a good header away by Forosuelo. They've got to stay in games for longer. They've got to see the 90 minutes out. That was his concern. He says we're playing Champions League football now. He said we have to make sure that we see the whole 90 out, not be competitive for 75 and then fold. Real chance here, great bit of footwork. Surajat clips it back, edge of the box stuff here. United City try and swallow it. That's a long way offside, surely. No, the player runs away from the ball. It's a goal kick in the end. But at the moment, United City, and I do have to say, I have a real sort of concern with sides that feel that they can follow in the footsteps of the big names around the world and play football out from the back inside their own 18-yard box. And Iksan Fandi certainly put Pintus under pressure and robbed him of the ball and caused a lot of problems. Knocked forward a little too quickly this time. I'm an advocate of getting the ball forward, but there's a difference between a thump forward and a ball into space, or a chance to open up some channels. Ott. Nice bit of work. Plays it inside. Just turned into trouble though this time. Free kick given away there by Apposite. Little heavy on Mark Hartman. Set pieces could be the way forward for United City, and here they'll have a chance to drive this in on goal. Kittipong won't want to be the first keeper to pick one out of the back of his net after a score by United City in the group, that's for sure. Awkward angle here. And the stance over the ball looks as though it's going to be a Hartman just to flip it in. It's gone goalwards. It's a fine save, parried away by Kittipong, and it's going to be the first corner of the match. Not a bad effort, although it's flamboyant, I would say, from Kittipong. Hartman designated. Started his life, played a little bit around the south coast in England. And it's not a bad delivery inside the 6-yard box, but the well cliched football love train was still out by the penalty spot, so it's flashed across the face of goal. Back in, we'll go back to Victor. Victor lifts it towards the halfway line. Robertson with a big header. Bot trying to get him behind. And ball is asked for, not given. They've still got a chance. Ott's onto the loose ball. Good defensive work back there again, but still United City try and drive forward. Spirited start from the side that sit at the foot of Group G. Saraj to Victor. Hartman tries to shut him down, makes his only route back to Kittipong. Dinabar loses out, Robertson covers. No nonsense defended again. Yellow card straight away. Kenshiro Daniels gets his name in the book early on. And in fairness, that's a little bit of a sore one would say. Can't have a lot of arguments over it either. Pathum now will try and just, I should imagine, dominate a little bit of play just to try and take this thing out of the spirited start, although they had a very early chance themselves. And this heat today, it is a really humid day, and you can say these players can be well acclimatized to it or not, but it still doesn't stop the human body requiring fluids and actually feeling the heat around them. And Jason With's words before the game about seeing games out for 90 minutes may well still echo true on a night like tonight. Long ball up, Hartman to flick it on, headed away by Victor. Diogo gets it down. There's control in the middle of the park there. Kittipong lifts it forward. Ishkan tries to deal with it. In the end, tied it up rather nicely by Dinabar. Lifted forward, ball through the centre. Ott gets it down. Timed the intervention on the edge of the box. Nice quarter work here. That's terrific footwork as well there. Lingbo gets it in. It's another corner to United City. Lingbo doing really well on this near side. Victor trying to claim there was a touch. No harm in trying, Victor. Well, we got a good view of that. There was a part of the ellipse on the ball was over the line. The assistant on the near side wanted it brought back. Hartman to deliver. It's a deep one. That'll be controlled, but they'll have a chance to put it back in the mix-up. United City, Hartman. Deep delivery again. Chance to the back post. Chance for Robertson. Another good block this time, and I think it was Victor again. Well, at the moment, Pathum are finding life a little difficult. Arms against the body, so no real issue with that there. But another corner. Hartman waits for the ball. And I don't think Pathum United expected quite such a spirited start here from United City. Low one this time, not the greatest man, did beat the first man. Good work up front. Bowen managed to get a toe in. You can talk of many things in the world, but live sport just unfolds in front of your very eyes. You can't put a story on it. You can draw and you can conclude what form lines would say beforehand, but it will just unfold. Pozuelo having to clear it away. It just unfolds in front of your eyes. Decisions being made so quickly, and it's that decision making that can often change the course of games. Chance here, good save down to his right there by Pintus from Diogo. Little touch there, and Diogo was on it incredibly quickly. Lingbo just got a toe on it and took it right into his path. And the keeper, Pintus, will be very happy to get that in his body. Pozuelo plays it back to him. There's a sense of this 90 minutes is going to be pretty much full of a little bit of drama. Robertson gets it back. Pozuelo, Lingbo. You can see where the crossfield ball was aiming for, but it never made it. And now's a chance for Pathum to try and build. Victor lifts it near side, looking for Diogo. Lingbo gets it down. Was he caught late? Yes, I think the referee agrees. Little yelp in the collision with Diogo. For the neutrals out there that are watching this game, United City sitting at the foot of the table. If they were to score, it would be quite interesting to see what the reaction would be. That's just purely from a neutral's perspective. From a Pathum United fan, no, they just want to get to 3 or 4 really quickly and have the game put to bed. But from a United City perspective, they too just want to break their duck in the goal-scoring column in Group G. Diogo comes forward, tries to slip it in on this near side. Real chance here. Watch it. Shot goes in. Not the greatest shot in the world, it has to be said. But you can see it's a nice easy set, and not a great finish in the end there by Iksan. Well, the first quarter of an hour has fairly flown by, and we can remain goalless here. As that spirited start by United City started to subside. Apisit tries to take on his man, Lingbo wins it back. Sendra, Euroboed, taken in his stride. There's a chance through the centre here, this could be one. Real chance, Diogo, 1-0. Well, it was a bit of a gift to the goal. A loose pass inside their own half by United City, and Diogo's onto it. And Diogo, as soon as he was free and away in between the two centre-halves, took it away to his right-hand side before finishing it crisply across the face of Anthony Pinhus. Just a little bit late by Forasuelo coming out, but the moment he was in, you always fancied he was going to score. Forasuelo couldn't get out fast enough to play Diogo offside. The arms are up in vainly, but as soon as the man was through, Robertson with a lunge, and it's just tucked away into the bottom corner. And it's 1-0 to Pathum. It just seemed to carry the little more threat in this earlier part of the game. Just wondered if the subsidence of the bright opening from United City, I should say, was just starting to ebb away, and just moments later, after a commentator's curse, it ends up being a goal in the back of United City's goal. Diogo again, Iksan taking on Robertson. Gets the support he requires. Space on this near side, Apisit goes there, cut out by Lingbo. Ott. Do they find themselves a quick one? That's not a bad ball in, and what a tote that is by Tunes. And Kirtipon reads it well. And it wasn't a bad ball in there by Ott. Voracek gets it nicely into the middle of the park. Diogo, the goal scorer. Voracek again, trying to go across the face of too many players. The goal has stirred up the game a bit now. United City sadly in a familiar position for themselves. Apisit trying to get inside Lingbo. Apisit with the cross. It's a deep one. Picked up on the far side by Minageshi. And that's a very, very poor ball out. Can United City, Euroboev now, Ott to his right-hand side on the overlap. Ott will get it. Now it's the chance to be forced wide by Tunes. And just a physical size, actually, in the end. Good work by Anthony Tunes. Perfect goal for Pathum United now, because United City will go forward, and there will be spaces for them to exploit. Victor. Exquisitely finished earlier on as well. The 16th minute by Diogo, the man on the ball, but he just runs into the shape of Forasuelo. Jason With will be using Group G so far. There's a real learning curve in the Champions League. Talking of battling with the big boys, crossfield ball swung across by Sarac. Iksan. Robertson gets a toe in. A little spin on the ball in the middle of the park by Sendra. Hasn't come to anything. Tunes hanging it out. Big Sam, instant control, lovely touch. What a shit. Almost takes his own man out, but they've almost worked it well. United City with a chance to run forward here. Sendra waits for the overlap from Minagishi. Minagishi delivers. Fortunately, it's beyond, or behind, I should say, Hartman. Kittipong plays it to Tunes, and again the pressure on the ball not brilliant. Kittipong will just lay it up. Target it there is jumped quite easily. United City with Minagishi. Squared the Forasuelo. Yuraboev is lost out, wants a free kick, it's not going to get one here. Diogo's onto the ball. The overlap on this near side. Good footwork. He couldn't quite fashion the big opening there, sort of chap. Amir back, Yuraboev. Was fouled. You can see the stamp on the foot. I thought he went down rather easy, but that's why I'm not a referee. And the man in the middle is. Midway through the first half, that man in your picture, Diogo's goal, separates the two sides. Sarach to take this corner. Pressure on the goalkeeper as well. Right round the back, and you have to say that Tunes won't be too happy. Headed it on the way down, so it was always going above his head. But he climbed highest, that's for sure. Pintus with this goal kick. Just seems to be a more aerial dominance at the moment from Pathum. Yuraboev has given the ball away. What a shit, gets it through, real chance here, flags up. Great finished. Iksan Fandi with a finish. But really was a sweet, sweet finish from just outside the box. But in the end, just, well, it's a very slow picture there. That's a real touch and go. I'll leave it with the man with the eyes that's closest. If I'm honest with you, there's no VAR in these group games, and that's how I was brought up on football. Human error or human correction, whichever way, and the correct calls are what you stand by. And it also gives you something to have a chat over a drink later about. And that's all part of the experience. But at the moment, Pathum United top the table. If it's a live table, they go to 10 points, 2 clear of Melbourne City in second. Pathum, who play Melbourne in a crunch game on the 27th. And again, that's one you can see covered. As the table and the group unfolds, the tension heightens. Sarach, nicely into the feet of Watershid. Just gets a little bit of a buffet in there from Ott. And aside, no connection with the football. You may well point at it, Mr. Ott, but it didn't go anywhere near your foot. Pathum near side to Tunes down the line. Happy sit. Diogo wanted it, didn't get it. Kind of deep ball in. Really again. Just found a little wanton on the far side. Didabal. Anthony Pinhus wants his players further forward. Going against the current trend in football. They do play short from goal kicks, but I tend to go with United City. If you haven't got the players to do that and not comfortable technically on the ball inside their own 18-yard box, do not try it. Diogo. What a shit. Into opposite. Square again. Pathum finding their men with regularity here. Tunes. Diogo. Looking very comfortable on the football all of a sudden. Victor. Pathum looking to get it in behind. Didabal will have to go back. I'm going to guess here it was actually in the end that was taken to ground there by Nakin. You can see in your picture there, Hartman wants that ball more into his feet instead of looking for a ball just over the top to nothing. Daniels again wants it with a little bit more angle on so that he can actually make the run and get onto the football. The gulf between standards can often be a real problem. Champions League football, you are taking the next step up. Diogo gets the ball down nicely. Opposite will find Tunes. Jason With sort of alluding in his pre-match chat that, you know, what you could possibly get away with in your own league, when you go up a standard, you can be punished with. Lifted forward, he's in behind here. Surashan, 2-0. Fine finish on 29. It's Iskan Pandya, sorry. Got away from his man, and it's a decent finish. Just sprung the trap really easy. Delightful little touch, good run, clipped over the top. Folaswelo doesn't go with him, he's got loads of time there. And this Campandi doesn't need a second attempt. And Folaswelo let his man run off his shoulder, and he's gone towards the goal. You can see that there. Then he elects to try and shut it down, by which time Ishkan's got it down. He's got to get closer, got to get tight to the defender. Comes onto the scene too easy. And it's through the legs of Pinhus. And it's 2-0. You do fancy now that it could be a long afternoon or early evening, we should say, for United City. Chance now. Sendra, far side, out to Minagishi. They need to strike back and quickly. Edge of the box is set up. Well, it's a decent strike. He's kept it down, Hartman, but never really had the accuracy to make sure that Kittipong would have to go down. Well, that's a pensive-looking face there for Jason With. Size of the task with that second goal becoming ever bigger. Beautiful touch there by Campandi on the touchline, but found the ball inside. Just lacked a little bit of legs. Robertson. A few players not showing too much for the ball now for United City. Hartman steps on it, but manages to get away with it. That's not a bad ball swept out far side, but Kenshiro Daniels just slightly on his heels. And with a few thoughts in his mind. Wherever in the world you are, listening to this commentary, some of the United City English players, or with nationality of England as well, played very low in British Pyramid football. Hartman started at Southampton and Portsmouth, but only into the youth teams, and there's quite a gulf to Asian Champions League football. You have to look across that and think of where they're, you know, what they're playing and what stature they are in, and how far they have come and how far they've got to go. That's not a criticism. That is not a. It's just a statement of fact to what United City are now finding in the Champions League here. You're on to another ball game altogether, and Jason With will have that job to cajole and find the good performances from his side. Ottman, chance now to drive forward towards the penalty area. Takes on Túnez. Can he get the cross in? Túnez with a touch corner. Rigoberto Ott, captain of United City. Hartman delivers again, doesn't beat the front man, which is a little bit disappointing. And look at that space. Dinabar gets it forward into the body there, turn round the corner. Good defensive cover as well before Daniels can go through. Ott. Kendra. He was falling to the ground and it was slightly behind him. It's a bit loose. Daniels doesn't find his forward counterpart. Pathum pick it up. Watershed gives it away. Hartman. A little bit ragged from Pathum United. They've taken a 2-goal lead, but their coach Makoto Tegaramori will definitely not want them to switch off. What a sweet crossfield ball that is. Surachat. Surach. Ishkan, lovely touch. Problems here for United City. Tried to find Diogo. Nigishi to Forresuelo. To Robertson. Simple football there, going a little bit awry. Dinabar, the man that tried to find Minagishi, and it's gone out of play. Hartman cuts it out. Yuraboev wants a forward pass, finds Ott. Daniels tracking over this near side. Ott in field. Daniels with a bit of space. Yaraboev to Robertson. Minagishi's first touch had led to challenge, but he got away with it. Decent ball in this time, maybe. Daniels the target, Kittapong the catcher. Well, it's fairly comfortable presently for Pathum. They've got the 2-goal advantage. They're finding their players with increasing accuracy. And they need to just manage things and wait for the openings to come their way, as they should do, with United City chasing the game. And in some places, not quite believing they can get to the game, if that makes sense. It was always a big ask before today. 3 victories in 3 would give them a faint chance of possibly progressing. 2 goals down inside the first 30 minutes have made their task quite big. Ball in behind, lovely little take, but opposite to Diogo. Diogo offside. Yeah, Opposite had gone just a half a yard early there. And even then, Diogo had gone a yard early. And I don't think you need me to tell you what that means, but I will, just for those that don't. That means think about what you're doing, think about the timing of your runs, and the openings will come. Not being buffeted there by Túnez. Just scoops it down the line. What a ship gets there. What a deep ball that is. And that's a pretty nice take, in fairness, there by Surajat. Time and space afforded now. Hartman trying to get there. That may be a little bit of a Pirlo-esque ball through a diminishing gap there, but it's nevertheless got a contested moment in the middle of the park and a good old-fashioned challenge. But again, it's Pathum that picked the pieces up. Opposite on the give and go. Can he finish it? It will be finished, and it's drilled in. It's the second of the game for Ishkan. And it is going to be a long, long afternoon now for Pathum United. They're 3 up. Ishkan gets his second, but it was a beautiful bit of play. Lovely cross in the end, made his task so simple. Opposite just took it in his stride. Lovely give and go, what a shit. And in the end, it's so easy for Ishkan inside the 6-yard box to turn it past the keeper. And one of the hardest things now for United City is for them to just literally not believe anymore. They need to make sure that they stay right on their game, or else this could be something that they won't want to look at in years to come. And what I mean by that is a result that could embarrass them. They've got to look at a bit of pride here. They're being picked off at regular intervals. But this is now about leaders for United City. This is about people saying, right, I'll have the ball. I'm going to make it 3-1 as opposed to 3-0. That's a nice touch by Ott. Ott finds Hartman. Hartman hasn't got many options in front of him. Finds Yaraboev. Minagishi back inside to Yaraboev. Robertson. Minagishi. And half the problem is, though, with their nature to want to go forward and try and reduce the deficit, United City. You know, you've now got Robertson, the centre half, playing down the left flank, and that's when gaps can come. And Robertson's out of place, and Diogo, if he gets onto this, can exploit that. He's gone for a shot from distance. What a ship will pick it up, and that then becomes a problem for United City. It's having the resolve, the know-how, and the nous for them now, just to know when to go and when to stay. They've got to be very careful here. It's a fine line between being overzealous in trying to get a goal back and leaving gaps that are going to be exploited by a very good side. Lingbo gets the ball to Ott, back to Lingbo. Given away, what a shit into the feet here of Ishkan on a hat-trick. Finds Diogo, could slide in there by Yuraboev, but again it's still coming the way of United City. They've got to face another attack. All a little easy at the moment. Sarac. What a shit. Túnez. Look at that space. Yuraboev right off his man. Pirafong. Sarac. Túnez. He's given it away. Thought the overlap was coming back, but play it down in the middle of the park as well at the same time. Well, it's been a first half so far to forget for United City. They've conceded 3 goals. 2 from Ishkan and 1 from Diogo that set the course of the game going on 16 minutes. Excellent finish by Diogo. Terrific finish followed up for the second goal by Ishkan. Maybe a little bit of Forasuelo would like to have got that one back, got a bit closer. And then the third goal, a nice team-worked goal by Pathum down there, left-hand side. Well, you've seen the replay as well. Pasit is gone to ground. He looks to be okay. The man that played a pivotal role in the third goal for Pathum United. Well, an Arsenal shirt, they're sat in the middle of the stands. They get everywhere, those Gunner fans. Well, the ball has been thrown back for United City. We move towards the end of the first 45 minutes. Going to be a couple of minutes, I should imagine, added on at the end of this first period. Jason With will be formulating his thoughts. He is well aware that the step they've made into Champions League football from the Filipino League is quite considerable. He knows that results in the Champions League have gone against his side. But as a coach, he's got to surely talk about the mistakes that have been made by their side going into at least 2 of those goals and try and make sure that they impress and don't make any more. He's got to turn it into a 45-minute match in the second half. His thoughts will be difficult because he can't dive into his players. Chance again, what a shit. Give and go with Sudashat. Sudashat deep ball in. Easy take for Pintas. So he's got to balance what we call the positive sandwich. Put the positives out there, put the negative in the middle, and end with a positive to drive them forward for the second half. Whereas Pathum United's coach, Makoto Tegobaramori, will be looking more at, you know, don't let this run away. Goal difference could come into play at the top of this division, especially with the big game coming up for Pathum against Melbourne City, the top 2 currently in Group G. Next up, already put 5 past United City in the previous match, and goal difference could be a big moment in this division if it's settled down, if goals and games go against each other. So he'll want to be telling his charges, don't switch off, don't get lazy, don't be silly, just do what you're doing and the chances will come and take them. That's what his thoughts his mantra will be. So two different changing room talks would be coming from your commentator. How will Jason White and co deal with theirs? Hartman to Yuraboev. Running behind there by Daniels. Looked as though it was a fraction offside to me. No flag is up. Ottman fires a shot in. It has to be shoveled away by Kittipong. Just dipped away there. The block was there, but ultimately it's another corner. Hartman to take. Last couple haven't made it clear the front man. He's gone a bit deeper this time. Chance on the spin is there. Good block. And the referee says that that is enough for a first half that has been controlled by and large by the group leaders as it stands. First goal going in by Diogo. And then two by 99, the man in your picture, Ishkan Fandi, has really put this game a little way beyond United City. They'll make their way off at half-time, and they've got to pick themselves up and address the second 45. Jason with stern words, harsh words, or arms around the shoulder. He's got to balance his team talk in the next 15 minutes very, very well. His team's sense of mind will be a little fragile, but at the break here, it is United City 0, Pathum United 3. Hello and welcome back to the Pathum Thani Stadium here in Bangkok, where it's been a little bit of a miserable first 45 minutes for United City of the Philippines. They trail by 3-0 against the group leaders, Pathum United. Goal scored on 17 minutes by Diogo, and then a double quickly put in by Ishkan. And there is the man with the worries of the world on his shoulders just at the moment. That is the United City coach, and that is Jason With, who is had his words to say at the break. And we wait to see if there's any changes as the sides come out. United City know that they are playing for a large extent for pride now. They haven't scored a goal. There is going to be a change, as you can see, and the man that is going to come on is Pathum, and he is going to replace Watershit, and that is going to be the first change in the game. And maybe a little bit of moment, a little bit of time on the park for the young man, Pathum. Just run through the sides. We're hopeful that's going to be a straightforward swap between the two. Let's start with the side that top the table as it stands. Kittipong in goal, a back four of Apisit, Tunes Victor and Nakin. Then it's three across the middle of the park. Pathum, Sarach and Pitafong. And then up top it's Iksan, Surachat and Diogo. And opposite side of the coin, Pintus in goal for United City, Lingbo, Forasuelo, Robertson, Inibal are your full-backs and centre-halves. Yuraboev and Sendra, Yuraboev and Hartman with Daniels up top with Sendra, Ott and Minagishi either side. Your referee today, he comes from Iraq, it's Zaid Tama Mohammed, assisted by Nasser Salim Ambusaidi from Oman and Kuzravi Siddiqzod from Tajikistan. And the fourth official today is Sadulu Gilmarodi from Tajikistan as well. We're back underway, and it's 45 minutes in which one record could be broken, and that could be the fact that United City strive to find themselves a goal for the first time in Group G. Well, as the table stands with just 2 rounds to go, on the 27th of April and the 30th of April, Pathum United will be top of the table as it stands with 10 points. They play Melbourne City, who are second with 8 points next. And then it is John Nam with 4 points in third, and United City at the foot of the table with nil points, as England's so used to hearing in the Eurovision Song Contest. That's a different contest altogether. This is a contest in front of us. And United City playing now to win the second half and to give themselves a chance of salvaging a little bit of pride. Hartman on the spin, looking for the run, gets it to Yuraboev. Back it comes near side. Hartman again, right across the face. Daniels puts his thumb up. Step up is always big, you know, the gulf in between divisions becomes ever larger as football seems to evolve. Certainly in the top echelons of European football and Asian football as well. Some big players and big hitters on the side from the Philippines. So far I found Group G a little bit daunting, but they'll learn from the process. Big space here in behind Yuraboev. Played out near side Surachat. Diogo turns into trouble and ends up upending his player. Hartman, the man that got back. To say, didn't take a Tyson Fury-esque touch to put Hartman to the floor, but it is a foul, nevertheless. Surachat enjoying it, and it's Good game, crisp football from Pathum. It's about managing the game now and taking those chances and making the most of the opportunities that no doubt will come their way as United City strive to try and rectify the wrong of not scoring in Group G so far. Pathum chases on and beyond. Should be a corner. Off the man that got back. Penny for those thoughts. First corner of the second half. Pathum not in a busting rush to take it. Diogo to take it. That's it into the box. This will be good. Or it might not be. Sarash, well, he got a good connection. Never really got his knee over the top of that volley. Nice spot by Diogo. Throughout everybody's career in any sport, there's times when you feel a little bit undercooked, and there's been many sides that have felt a little bit undercooked when they've come to face some opposition, and that's where characters are built, and Jason With will be looking for that. That's a bit of space here on the far side again. And again, it's Pathum gets it in. Back post, Surach couldn't control, maybe put off a touch. Surach. Oh, that would have been exquisite had it come off. Hartman tries to lead the counter-attack. Caught in possession. Robertson will have to tidy up. Boev. Rigoberto Ott tries to curl it in beyond the back. Looking for the runner, Daniels. Oh, good run. Pintus has got to get there, has got that. Lovely run there by Surach. Arched his run back in before going out. This is the one where you almost see the ball onto your foot. And there's a degree where he can see it onto his foot and he's thinking about his second touch before he's actually completely finalised his first touch. And that's where it runs off the body a bit too easy. It's a lovely ball. Flag is up on this near side. Minagishi is the man that's offside. And he would have been looking across the line, so a little bit of a cheap one to give away. Well, this will set up a very, very big match in the next pair of matches in Group G, as Pathum United take on Melbourne City in a game that will possibly, unequivocally, with a victory for one side, put them at the top of the group in an unassailable position. If Pathum were to win it, they would go 5 points clear of Melbourne should all the results stay as they are. So it will be a game in which Melbourne City will perhaps have to commit a little bit more than they did maybe earlier on today when playing John. A little bit conservative in their play for a side that topped the A-League. But it will be 90 minutes, of which will have a telling effect on Group G. Let's get back to this one. Little clip over the top this time. Entonces Tunes. Yeah, Barrow gets onto the ball. Hasn't got a lot of options. Lingbo, Robertson. Sendra hasn't seen a lot of football. Decent. Well, the flag's gone up. Call for offside there. Well, you may have heard show some heart there. And that is something that can only come from within the United City players now. And they've got to have those characters to show some heart and some resolve. Nicely worked through the centre. Ishkat, Diogo. It's going to be a corner. Defended well in the end by Bal. There are more goals, you feel, here for Pathum United. Just need to play it as the game dictates, and the openings will be there, you feel. Sarac comes across to take this one. Lifts it in. Never coming together. Tunes will try and retrieve the situation. And they're going to get another corner. Lingbo's control, not the finest. It's a really tough position United City find themselves in. And a goal now could be critical. Sarac delivers again. It's a deep one. Keeper in no man's land effectively there. Target was Victor. And Sandra done enough to make it hard for Victor at the back post. There's little periods of the game where you'll hear most teams and say this is where you've got to go up, you've got to stand big, you've got to go and make it. You'll hear it in tennis matches a lot. There's games, service games or break games that players will target. They'll know when to put the foot down, put the hammer down. And there's that little moment here for Pathum United that they can just really quell any spirit inside the bellies of United City with a goal. And that's just about this moment now with just over half an hour to go. Peel away by Diogo. Asuelo goes to meet him, elects to allow him to get the ball in. Robertson with the clearance. And again, the centre-half may well have done of just get a little bit closer there, because he did give him a cross into the box there by Diogo. Hartman gets a little bit on it. Minagishi will try and get onto the ball and then drive forward. Will he take his man on? He's gone inside his man. He's done well, in fairness, Minagishi. But a little bit of hesitancy allows the challenge to come in. What a ball that could be. I saw the run. Didn't have enough on it. Pathum Bomb was trying to get in behind. And they're committing men forward, United City here. Ott. Lingbo on the overlap, back inside the Ott. Yaraboev. Ott, can he deliver with quality? Well, it's not a bad ball in. Good header away by Victor. Ibal puts it back in again. Flicked header, well, it's just wide. And Sandra thought he got his header just right, but it just faded away from Kittipong's left-hand post. Well, it looks as though Pathum going to make a few changes shortly. You saw there some substitutes stripping off. That's a good win back. Can they make the most of this United City? Well, that's not a bad effort. What a great effort it was indeed. Sendra with two in quick succession. Rattles the crossbar. Ott over the top. Well, you're 4 inches away, 100 millimetres, 10 centimetres away from actually opening your account in Group G there. Sendra couldn't have asked a lot more, maybe just a bit more dip. And what I was saying to you just after the interval was that United City could break their duck. And the coach today, Makoto Tegaramori, will be saying, do not switch off, and that's exactly what Pathum United did there. It may just serve as a little bit of a wake-up call for them. Lingbo. Ott. Trying to slip it in. Again, it's almost there. Tunes's touch. Victor with a clearance. This time it's easy for Tunes to get his foot in. Arampom. And they all build again. Pathum. Conversely, hitting the crossbar when it looks as though it was angling in. Can be a little bit more heartbreak lumped on United City. Can they get rid of the curse of not scoring in Group G? A bit of woodwork this time thwarts them if it's not the opposition. Tunes. Diogo, first time layoff. Hartman picks up the loose ball. Pathum gets a toe in, but it's going to come this side to Minagishi. Boev caught late, then a card will be coming out and produced with aplomb there. And Pittafong gets the yellow card. Referee very much on top of proceedings. Well, here's the first of the changes. Number 16 replacing Diogo. His afternoon is run. Diogo goes off, and Appisit goes off as well. Chakapan and Sarawut, come on. Well, there we are. The man just announcing the arrival of Chakapan. He'll slot in at left back. Sarawat will also come on. Maybe just thinking about tidying things up and going for a two at the top. Sarawat more defensive minded. Is that job done for Makoto Tegaramori's side? Looks as though it's going to be, well, there's your table, as I've been telling you. That next game between Pathum United and Melbourne City. Oh, it's a little bit of a mouth-watering one, isn't it? And it will be pretty much a top place decider for one side. Daniels just brushed aside there. Victor just showed him the long way round of his body. Seems a little perverse to say that if it remains at 3-0 for Pathum against United City, for Jason With, who will blithely not like the comment, but it is progress from a 5-0 drubbing that they've had in the last game. There's Campandi, a little bit late on Lingbo. Temperature hovering around the 30 degrees, even with the dark skies here. Potentially sapping for a side like United City as well, who have been chasing the football for periods of time in this game. And that will be the consideration for Jason With now, that his side before the game, he did say, need to compete for the full 90. It's a lovely cute reverse ball there. Robertson read it, got a decent tackle in as well. Chance on this near side, Victor. Again, his first touch. Minagishi through. Got a bit of time and space now. United City try and make something happen. Ott comes in off that right-hand side. Run into a little bit of a pocket. Blocked in the end by Tunes. They can now stride towards the halfway line. Lovely ball with the outside of the foot. Chance here for Pathum to measure a cross in. Forest Swallows in front of him. Tunes back to Pathum. A lot of time, a lot of space on this near side. Nakin got an overlap. Well, in the end, it's rather wasteful. Hartman feeds Daniels. Yuraboev has made a little run into space. Got a pocket of space to go towards the penalty area. Will he be accepting of it? He's had a go. Yuraboev maybe turned inside a little too cutely. The toe was there from Pathum United's defenders just to take away any danger. Right from the middle of the park. Surashat gets it down, full of running. Played wide on the right, now playing in the front two with Tugo Ishkan. Really beautiful. Well, somebody's enjoying themselves at the moment. Pathum, Forasuelo holds him up. Chance now to stand it right across the face of goal. Nakin will come and get it near side. Booming cross. Really with any degree of accuracy, and Ott's a long way into his own half. Hartman picks up the loose ball. And that's a very nice ball indeed. Daniels goes in, but Victor is strong in the challenge and keeps it in play. I'll say that Tunes and Victor, for any side that are scouting Pathum United, colossuses in stature, physique and aerial ability. You'd want to maybe get it round them. They maybe don't look the quickest on their feet if they got on the turn. And that's another arse trying to get a side on the turn. Maybe Melbourne City We'll look at that. They've got McLaren, who's quite quick. Will they try and play through the centre of them? I don't know. That's a different ask, and that's a different game. This one here, as Nakin tries to get away, and it's going to be a throw to United City. Going to be a change again, and on comes Kieran Hayes. He is going to take the place of Sendra, who had that little moment. Hayes will go up top and play through the centre. And also
player number 30, Ricardo Sendra, replaced by player number 8, Kieran Hayes.
Well, it goes off as well.
And player number 9, Mike
coming on, it's Kurt Dizon.
Player number 19, Kurt Dizon. And substitution for the Pathum United. Player number 33, Nakin Pisechat, replaced by player number 28, Nathapon Borasut. ครับทีมPathum United ผมเลือกตัวผู้เล่นหมายเลข28 Nathapon Borasut.
Nathapon is on. Chance now, going forward, good challenge. Daniels is down in a little bit of a heat. United City now. Cleared by Robertson. Hayes with his first touch. Hartman tries to turn it beyond the full-back. Nicely done by Hayes, tries to feed. He's going to get a second attempt on the ball here. Well, there's a chance. Daniels didn't take it. And Victor puts it away, but the flag has just been fluttered on the far side for offside. And well spotted again by our official on the far side. It is about learning as you go forward. And Jason With will be doing that. He'll be looking on. He'll be making thought processes of players that, should they contest the Champions League again, are they good enough? Jacopon gets the ball into the box. Robertson calmly away. There's a man that is very relaxed, Makoto Tegaramori. Jacopon with the throw. And Pathum lose the ball. Miyagishi loses it as well. Not brilliant play, that dangerous area. Pirafong with a chance to play the ball again. And Miyagishi gets a chance to maybe atone for his error. Goes back to Pintus. Kieran Hayes feeling the weight of a challenge. Dispiriting for United City. Set piece given away down the throat of the big centre halves for Pathum United. Hartman works hard. Yaraboev loses out. Patapom. And now it's going to be sort of what to play it back. All a little easy on the eye for any Pathum United fans listening today. They have dominated this game and possession. They've stroked the ball around as table toppers would do. And it's been a little bit of a lesson in Champions League football again today for United City, but they will learn and they'll come back stronger. Surachat would love to get a goal today. Hasn't had many opportunities. Playing through the centre now, and a two up top, the other one being Ishkan. Some lovely feet there. And the run ended with a very good challenge. Pathum picks himself up. Daniels felt the weight of a Victor challenge. And Minagishi's bring down hasn't really worked for them. Well, he's got 2 goals and he can well smile as well. Pathum just having a few words with his coach. Daniels is off to get himself a bit of fluid. What is a very sticky evening here. Sticky if you're in the United City camp. Sanitary lessons being learned. 15 minutes.
Thank you for attending.
Tunes. Chance here, laid off by Surachat. Didn't quite find Ishkan. Cross comes in. Yuraboev gives it back. That's a fine first-time effort. Sliced somewhat horribly off Pathum's boot, but little bit sort of poor touch there from Yuraboev. It's a protocol that I'd still like to see all around the world. Fans in the football ground, but I would encourage the use of common sense and masks, I think. Whether you've had your vaccinations or not. Can't help using a little bit of common sense, but as I was once told, common sense isn't quite so common. Tunes to Victor. Round the corner, nicely played. Robertson will pick up the loose one away from Natapon. Plays it all the way back to Pindhus. Hayes will try and put some pressure on. And that's exactly my argument there. Tunes against the speed of Hayes, and Hayes has made it uncomfortable there for the big centre-half. And that's my observation. Can't be much of an observation because Pathum United are top of Group G. But if you're scouting, Tunes and Victor, dominant, solid, but will they actually like real pace at them? That's the question. Well, that's the last action for Tunes. Oh, it's a yellow card to Tunes, excuse me. Kittipong is down. The referee is blowing his whistle. You can just see in the background there That is Victor Shorts, drenched in perspiration. That is how warm and sticky it is here today. Well, I think Tunes had every right to go for the ball there. A dismissive look at the card wafted in his direction. Chawat getting ready to come on in the midfield. Real chance here for United City, but they've squandered possession. Still they try though. Good skill this time. Real chance. First touch was a little heavy and went the wrong way, but they're still in with a squeak here. Minagishi. Yuraboev tries to stand it up. It's in! United City had their first goal of the tournament. And that will be a little bit of a blow to Pathum United. A great finish. And it is Simon Lingbo that finishes it on the 79th minute. Got round the back, into the top of the net, and they have broke their Group G scoring duck. Well, I'm not sure it has actually been Lingbo. I'm giving it to Lingbo, but I think that's actually Hartman that's finished it. Yep, it is Hartman that's got the goal. And it's 3-1. And there's a little bit of a monkey off the back there for United City. What will that do to Pathum United? Well, Hartman, and it started life on the south coast in England, gets the first goal for United City in this season's Group G. Well, in fairness to Hartman, I feel a little bit for him. I called it as Lingbo, but it was definitely Hartman that put the ball in the back of the net. Just got the graphic up. There's a few people in the press box scribbling different names down now as well. We're all human. Robertson. Sarash has now been replaced. Chadawat comes on. Well, I'm a little bit for the underdogs, and I'm so glad that United City have got something out of their Group G experience so far. The next two games are against John Nunn and Melbourne City to finish the group. But, they've been industrious, if a little toothless. And it did look for a moment as though they'd missed their opportunity just moments ago there as well. But in the end, the curled ball in by Yuraboev was turned in by the outstretched right boot of Hartman. Clean sheet's gone for Kittipong. But there's still a good 8 minutes plus time to be added on at the end of this game. Have they just jabbed the ribs of the giants that are Pathum United and tried to stir them in? One person will be keen to try and add to his tally will be Ishkan. On a two-timer at the moment. Would love to take the match ball home with him. That's a bunch trying to get it around the corner. And that is a chance. Good covering by Anna Robertson. South African getting across and putting it out of harm's way. Not such a smiley face now from Makoto Tegaramori. Hartman caught a little late there. much in that, in fairness, just trying to block the ball. Oh, not a good ball out Yoroboev again. Minagishi with a run near side. Little give and go. Can he find the ball across the face of goal? Well, Dizon coming in at the back. Always difficult for the full-back behind him to know what's behind him. And indeed, Dizon got the run on the full-back, couldn't direct the head up. But that'll be the complaint maybe from Makoto Tegaramori, is the fact that there's been a little touch of complacency from Pathum United. Yes, you may well knock the ball around, but don't become complacent, and that last effort from Dizon came from the fact that it was complacency. Minagishi again. Ibal, ball into the box, blocked though. Japan. Pathum comes short, moves out the way. Ishkan doesn't get there, Robertson does. Hartman round the corner. Hayes feeds it far side. Lingbo. Yoroboev. Just under the ball there, and the foul goes on. Foul or offside is given. Well, I said to you at half-time, such was the comfort of Pathum United's lead and the way they had played. United City would have been told in no uncertain terms to try and get something out of the second half. And they lead this second half by 1-0. And that's all that Jason With can really ask for, is that his side compete. There was a spell around about the 60-minute mark where a goal to Pathum United could have seen United City just wilt under the threat, but they weathered that storm. Ishkan. And the setup is here. Yoroboev gets it out here. Hartman and Minagishi lead the break here. Minagishi wants Hartman to come on his outside. He gets it. Hartman, first time effort. Kittipong rather easily down. For a man that was born with 1 foot, and a good one at that, a left foot. I'm looking at Hartman and thinking, get it onto your left and then drive in. But he always wanted it on his right side. By the time he'd opened his body up, Kittipong was always aware of which side of the goal that was going. When I say I was born with 1 foot, in the footballing terms, I was left-footed. The swinger of the right one only came into effect when I was 3 inches away from the goal line, and I could not miss. But it does somewhat get me when players can't sort of open their body up and have the confidence to take it on their weaker foot, as Hartman showed too much to him. Yoroboev. Minagishi finding space. He's done well. Done very well, to be perfectly honest. Could have gone down inside that. Minagishi. Cross goes in again. Hartman's inside. Strong header away. Tunes gets it away. Robertson finds Yoroboev. There's space on this near side. Good play by Yoroboev, and he set himself up nicely. Finish wasn't brilliant, but made his own space, all his own work. Referee not too happy that Kittipong's going over there to retrieve the ball. Maybe he has a bus to catch. Well, Kittipong hasn't had a lot to do in this game. They're just taking sort of chat under the ball. Tunes, hard header down. Chawat to Victor. Tunes, oh, it's a nice ball, found a nice pocket of space there. Pathum. Chawat. Now the break is on again. Pathum, little give and go. Is this ball? Oh no. Really didn't come out from underneath the feet there. And not the connection he would actually want there going in. That's a punt. A long way forward outside of the right boot. Wanted to get a bit more purchase on it. We're into the final minute. Victor smiles at a decision. Still contesting every decision. Minigishi to Yuraboev. Pocket of space here for Hayes. Well, cute ball, would have been offside, one feels, as Victor heads this away. Pathum. 3 minutes to be added on, a minimum of at the end of the 90. See it on the graphics, hear it in your ear holes as well. Terrific run by Pathum. Real chance for 4 here. Oh my word. Surajat has been out there working away for the benefit of the team all the way through. And he knows that was a big opportunity for him. And it fell nicely for him. Maybe, if anything, he had too many options in his mind as he addressed the ball. Robertson being sent forward as a gesture of a chance to try and make something happen late on in the game here. Ishkan. Chance again. No, not upon Ishkan. A lot of movement. Good looking ball out on the far side, but Surajat won't thank him for having to scurry off to the touchline. Valenzuela knocks it long. Hayes will try and get onto the loose ball, but it will beat him out of play. Well, Jason With said before the game he wanted his side to go the full 90 minutes. He would have said at half-time, go and win the second half, which is what they've done. And it'll be a little bit of baby steps forward for the Group G bottom sides, and it has been today. We're into the final minute of 3 to be added on. The overlap on this near side comes from Jakobat. Sin's not brilliant. Doesn't look best pleased, does he? Surprising what a clean sheet will do to a smile. That would have been so much better. But he can't be too disconsolate over the fact that his side have won the game. Yaraboev looks for Minigishi, but it's a overcooked pass. Kittipong retrieves the ball, keeps it in play. Plenty to mull over. And some positives for Jason With to move forward with. That is the end of the game here. And it's finished, as you can see. Don't need me to tell you, it's a victory for the side at the top of the Pathum Thani Stadium here. But what you can say, and you can't afford not to say, is that before today's game, 7 points separated to two sides. United City hadn't got a point and hadn't scored a goal. And at the break, the leaders who had 7 points before the start of the game, Pathum United, had coasted their way into a 3-goal lead. Goals in the first half from Diogo and 2 from Ishkan. Into the second half, and really, United City needed to make sure they didn't fold. They needed to make sure that there was no way that they got home with their tails between their legs. They had to make some sort of statement, and the statement came in the shape of Hartmann's goal, the first in the group for United City. Their goal difference 1-12 now, but it's finished here. United City 1, Pathum United 3. The big game comes up next for Pathum United against Melbourne City.
The next match to be played here is on Wednesday, 27th of April, between Melbourne City FC and PHI Pathum United at 6 p.m., followed by Jinam Dragons against United City FC at 9 p.m. Hope to see you again and good night.
ครับท่านผู้ชมทุกท่านครับโปรแกรมการแข่งขันในนัดถัดไปนะครับเป็นวันพุธที่ 27 เมษายนนี้นะครับคู่แรกครับ 18 นาฬิกาเมลเบิร์นซิตี้ FC ครับพบกับ PHI ปทุมยูไนเต็ดและคู่ที่ 2 ครับ 21 นาฬิกาชุนนำดราก้อน FC พบกับยูไนเต็ดซิตี้ FC และเราพบกันอีกครั้งนึงนะครับในนัดถัดไปครับวันพุธที่ 27 เมษายนที่ถึงนี้นะครับ